warm welcome to watch my video for study material preparation for any MCQ based exam. Myself, Dr. Suganti Jaising, having double doctorate in Information and Communication Engineering and in soft skills. Basically, I am a trainer for NETSET exams, GATE exams and IBPS examinations, and a language trainer, and I also do trainings on aptitude and soft skills. In addition, I am a life coach who practice NLP techniques for trainings. MCQ, multiple choice question. This type has many options as choices for us to choose the correct answer. In this example given called STEM, which of the following is responsible for focusing the image on the retina? For this question, you have 5 options, and if E is the correct answer, that is called the key to this particular question, that is STEM, and other options A to D are called as distractors, which are actually distracting us from the key, from the given answer. When we think about how the questions will be in any exam, it falls into 2 categories. Some questions will be very easy to guess. Some questions will be very hard to guess. They'll have many options. For example, in this particular question, what is the full form of PIN? It refers to Postal Department. So naturally, you can go with the first 2 options A and B. And out of these 2 options A and B, you can stick on to the particular term called index. Index stands for categorizing. So naturally, you can stick on to the second option B, which is postal index number. But when we see this question, which has so many options from 1 to 6, that it relates to the meaning and characteristics of research. So, we are supposed to read the options one by one and filter it so that they refer and relate to the correct term for research and for characteristics too. So, questions which are hard to guess need to be prepared properly. For each and every topic, we should have a very good idea related to that. So, what to do? What are maybe the syllabus? You are supposed to convert your syllabus to topics and then convert your topics to MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. With that, you are supposed to practice in order to succeed. These are all the steps what we naturally employ. So, I suggest you to prepare your own study material, that is your own handwritten study material. For this, you may require any resource. For example, you can take from your textbooks, you can take from your lecture notes, you can take from your web source, otherwise any study guides, whatever you have. A study material is normally categorized into 2 types. That is, you can categorize your material into concepts and facts. Whatever theory you have, whatever problems you have, those are categorized under concepts. And for facts, whatever laws, principles, formulae and hypotheses can be categorized as facts. And this video is purely meant for this, that is how to segregate your concepts and facts based on many strategies and techniques. Here in this video, I will give you what are all the strategies and techniques we have to prepare a very good handwritten study material. Strategies are actually the plans and directions of how you go through your resources in order to prepare your material. Here you have 2 strategies, skim and scan. Skim is actually reading quickly. That is, just you browse, otherwise just you have a glide of the resources what you have. And scanning is looking into. That is, you are supposed to scrutinize, otherwise examine whatever the content you can observe from your resources. And these 2 strategies can be applied to segregate your typographical cues. For example, what are all the headings you have, what are all the things which are written in italics, and what things are in bold face. So those things can be skimmed and scanned. Apart from that, what are all the names you have, whether you have any dates, events, particular vocabulary, and table of contents, summaries, indexes, and typographical cues under that can also be skimmed and scanned. When we deal about the techniques, we have very many techniques for preparation, but out of which I have taken only 5: outline, cornell, charting, mind map, and flowchart. We'll see how these techniques can be used in order to prepare our own study material. This technique is called outline technique, and here you have a main topic followed by subtopics under that. Under subtopics, you may have some supporting facts related to that and some details also in addition. So here I have given an example for Shakespeare and what are all the plays he has written. So subtopics will be the number of plays which are categorized into comedies, histories, tragedies, and under that what are all the supporting facts. For example, if we go for comedies, what are all the comedies, plays and the comedies you have. And for histories, what are all the histories you have as plays under that. So depending upon this, if you are able to convert your syllabus into topics, and the topics, under topics you have all the subtopics and supporting facts. If you categorize in this way, you will be having an idea of what are all the topics, main topics you have, and what are all the headings under that. So this will really help you to point out what are all the MCQs will be asked. So based on that outline technique, you can answer these questions. How many plays did Shakespeare write? Otherwise, where was Shakespeare born? So this is the way you are supposed to categorize your topics and write MCQs depending upon the facts, what all you know. The next technique is flowchart, a very simple technique. Everybody knows to draw a flowchart. Here I have taken an example for resources, and there are 3 categories under resources. That is, you have a main topic called resources. Under that you have 3 subtopics called renewable, potentially renewable, and non-renewable. Even under that you have many subtopics depending upon the category. So when you are supposed to categorize like this, you can go for questions to answer in the form of MCQs. So I think this will be very easy for you to segregate as renewable, non-renewable, and of course potentially renewable. Hope you can easily understand this. The next one is cornell technique. This technique is actually meant for notes taking. You divide your page into 2 columns where you have the questions, main ideas, otherwise vocabulary in the left pan, and in the right pan you have the details with regarding to each and every topic. That is, what are all the notes you have, what are all the answers to your questions, otherwise the definitions, examples, and other material. So here when you divide this into 2 pans, you will have an idea of what will be the content in the left pan you should have, and what will be the answers to have in the right pan. So here I have taken an example of an empire called as Inca Empire, and with regard to that, other details are all listed. The topics like where did they rule, and about the capital, about the people, and other record keeping. So for all these subtopics, you have the answers also in the right pan. Here you have a question related to that, which is not a factor that united the people in Inca Empire. So in this way, out of this particular technique, you can try to frame your MCQs. Okay. The next technique is called mind map. Here you have a mapping structure. You can have any type of shapes, but the center core will be your concept, and the other links will be related to this particular concept. That is, this mind map will help you to visualize and organize information. For example, I have taken a topic from algebra in mathematics. Here, the topic concept is quadratic equations, and related to this, what are the other links we can establish? For example, the general form of the equation, the formula for finding the roots of the equation, and depending upon the roots, the nature of the roots, what are all the categories you can have, then how to find the roots of any given particular equation, how to solve it, and many more can be added. It will not have any proper predefined shape, but you can attach, you can link, you can establish any related information to your concept, and this will really help you to visualize, picturize your detailed information into a single picture. And in this, I have given some MCQs based on the quadratic equations. That is to find the roots of the equation, and for given equation, what will be the nature of the roots. The last one is the charting technique. This particular technique is really helpful for MCQs based exam patterns. The point is, if your topic has many types of subtopics, you can list those topics in the first column. You can list it out, and the next column you can give a small description about the particular method, otherwise technique. The next one comes for the pros and cons. That is, what are all the merits and demerits you have. Apart from that, you can even add some more details if you have. The main point in this method is you can compare and learn. All MCQs will be having a knowledge that will be requiring a knowledge that you have to compare and answer. So you can list out all the options and you can compare things. This technique will be really useful for categorizing many into a single note. These are all the MCQs which can be answered using this charting technique very easily. I have listed those MCQs here. And to end with, I just wanted to specify that you would have learnt about many techniques for study material, how to compose your own study material. The next what plan I have is to let you know about what are all the techniques you have to plan and memorize and practice for any exam which are purely based on MCQs pattern. IN Academies initially started for training NETSET examinations, but now we have grown to train GATE and IBPS examinations, and also we do all sorts of placement trainings for all colleges, and additionally we also go for soft skills programs. And here I have given my contact number and my ID. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can call, otherwise you can put a mail. And to end with, I just wanted you to subscribe this channel for future videos. Thank you.